running for 4 seasons between 1986 and 1990. It was a phenomenon with kids and parents alike, as you have a alien life form from another planet that is super cute with a weird snout. Of course, he's just a puppet. There's other characters in the show too. For example, Willie, which is the dad. He's sort of goofy and quick to get a lot of rage from all of Alf's bullcrap. You have the little kid named Brian, who is just there to be a cute little kid. And of course, you have Kate, the mom. You have the Achmonics, which are just the nosy neighbors, which one of them, the female, always seems to be completely crazy, and the guy is super nice and helpful at all periods of time, even if he is sometimes a little bit intrusive. And you have the older daughter named Lynn, who is just amazing at all times, and is so sweet and soft-spoken, you kind of wish that she was your daughter, or if you were a kid at the time, you wish that she was just your wife, because she pretty much comes off as the perfect woman ever, which is always just understanding. Now, my big problem with Alf as a series is not a lot happens at any given point in time, which means every single episode is sort of just like the last episode that you just saw. For example, when Brian wants to have a couple of friends come over, that's the little kid, well, he can't because Alf is there. Or maybe the mom's mom needs to come over, but she can't because Alf's there. Or something needs to happen, but it can't, because Alf is just a walking train wreck and he spends too much money. For example, the episode that we're going to look at today is the season 2 finale. It opens with Alf going through the mail because, he's just looking for something that he thought was going to come for him, and he finds that Lynn got accepted to the college of her choosing. Alf does not like the fact that she goes off to college because then he won't see her, but he can't tell a lie. He let her know right away that she's going to college and it's the one she wanted to, just happens to be a little bit far away and expensive. We then cut to Lynn's bedroom, which is something that every kid at the time wanted to see, and doesn't show up very often in the series, where then we find out that Lynn can't go to college because Alf costs way too much money. Alf jumps in wearing a cheerleader outfit. Maybe Alf spends so much money because he has so many stinking outfits. I mean, in season 1, he barely wore any clothes at all because he's just a big pile of fur, and then now he wears outfits all the stinking time, including the cheerleading one, seemed to be custom made for him. That's just awful and very wasteful of money. We then cut to the kitchen where Alf finds out that Lynn can't go to college because it's all his fault. He spends too much money, they look over the budget, and then he decides to get a job. Well, more likely he wants the other people to get a job because Alf really can't. However, because Alf is a walking train wreck, he got to be a paper boy, which then he expects Willie and Kate to do all of the work for him, and I don't know why they let him sort of guide the car to deliver the papers, but they do, and it's just plain awful. As an adult, I find this ungodly annoying, but I let my kids watch a couple of episodes, and they really have been taken to Alf. They absolutely love the character. I personally have started to hate the character trying to rewatch it as an adult through adults' eyes, because it's just like having the very worst bratty kid possible, and he cannot wait to spend money that isn't his and that he does not earn. Even if he has the very best set of intentions, it just comes off terrible. Kate, of course, delivers the very last newspaper to her next-door neighbor. Why they didn't start off with that, I don't know. And then the final wrap-up scene where Lynn talks to her parents in the kitchen. She finds out that they tried to deliver all these newspapers for her, and her, being the angel that she is, understands and decides to go to a more local school so they don't have to be charged an arm and a leg for a college degree that she's probably never going to use to begin with. Let's just face it. And she really loves Alf for trying so hard, even though it was clearly her parents all the time just trying to work their butt off for her. And that's how the episode ends.
Talk about inflation. Oh, look at this one. Dental visits twice a year. You know what that costs?
Other than a final wrap-up scene with just a couple of really bad jokes, and I mean bad, like none of these jokes land, So that's Alf in a nutshell. That's also kind of how every episode is. Now, there is one really good joke that I've seen in season 1, and that's when Alf decides to share a beer with his little buddy.
I said no soda pop.
It's not soda pop, it's beer.
You're about out of Coors.
Give those to me.
Hey, careful. His is still full.
So hopefully I encouraged all of you guys to sit back and watch a little bit more Alf. Is it going to be the great time that you had when you were a child watching it? Probably not. However, if you happen to still be a young child, you just might have a great time. But of course, that's just my opinion. Thanks for watching.
So, the droid says to the Cranville, to tell you the truth, I'd feel even better if she lived another 6 light years away. Yeah.
I think that really was amusing. Six light years away.
Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I had a great time making it. I got to watch tons of Alf, and I had all the stuffed animals. Heck, I even had a Halloween costume of Alf when I was a kid, even though it was ridiculous. Try and look up that Halloween costume, and you'll just see how terrible it was. If you enjoyed this video, well, please subscribe. I'm just trying to start a new one here. And if you enjoy video games, make sure you check out Second Opinion Games, my other channel, which is far bigger than this one and is done with less of my face. So until later, I will see you again, guys.